Hi guys, I want to do a week recap, all of the trades that I sent out in the analysis in the free Discord, and so let's get started. For Monday, I said sell entries would be at levels 985 and 966, and buy entries once we held above 016 and 103. I'm filming this on Friday. I don't want to have to mark up my zones again, so I'm just marking up my levels. Right at New York Open, we pushed up and we did go into a bit of drawdown. It was like 26 points. Remember, I waited a little bit to enter, but if you were entering a little bit later, you may have gotten your stop loss hit. But overall, it was a really good entry. 730, even 705. Even though I said that for sells, when you see price retest an area and then continues pushing in the intended direction, the overall trend, then that's your signal to take that entry. So this is a really advanced area to be entering. 705, even 730, but overall 753, that's where we had the true breakup structure, and that's what started the overall trend. And you can even see here, I remember a lot of people were entering here on the pullback. You can see that this was another area that you could have entered, and really the strategy is so simple. You're just marking up your zones, marking key levels, and you can see here this is a nice clean pullback. Yeah, as far as Monday, it was a really clean bullish move. We didn't have an indication that we were going to continue selling, so that's why you would want to take the buys, because overall this here is a liquidity sweep. It's just a fake out manipulation, and it went both ways. So you really want to wait after 9:30 sometimes, or sometimes you just have to take the entry. You really just have to take the trade. So yeah, Monday was a really good day. Monday's buy moves ended up being way over 100 points. Now for Tuesday, I said sell entries if we are below 985 and 966, and buy entries would be at level 016 and 103. You're going to notice that throughout this week, New York Open had a lot of manipulation, but that's fine. If you notice that, then just wait a little longer and trade afterwards. But you can see here the sell started happening right away at level 985, and it only did 29 points. Now, this candle I would not count. Like, that's not a proper candle closure below. Even this doji, that's really like a red flag. So you want to see a proper candle closure like this. The sells, even if you had entered at 985, it didn't hit stop loss, but if you're entering a little later, yes, could have hit stop loss or break even. But this move ended up doing 60 points, so to me that's a 1 or 2. That's valid, that's great. And then we had a reversal here. Price did not break below this zone, and then we formed this doji. So that is also part of my strategy. When I find these doji candlesticks and these reversals, I want to take these kind of trades as well. And it's only 940 at the time, so that's a perfect setup. And even if you didn't take it here, you could have taken it once we retested this zone, because we broke above, we retested. We continued to hold above 966 and even 985. But in the analysis, I said to enter after 016. So I understand if some people didn't enter off here, but really the more advanced way to be entering is once you see these confluences align. That first sell did 60 points. Some people entered at 966 and it still did a good amount, 46 points. So that's more than a 1-to-1. And now this buy did over 60 points, like 87 points. Then we came into level 103, and when you start seeing all this accumulation, you don't want to be forcing any trades. You just want to wait for price to break above. When you see candles like this, we're not really holding above. They're tiny little candles. I really wouldn't be entering if I see candles like this. That was for Tuesday. We had 2 great wins. Now for Wednesday, we had FOMC. I had back tested and I had noticed that the last 3 to 4 FOMC days were kind of whatever. They weren't really doing 60 points plus in a single direction. So when price isn't going more than 60 points in a direction, that means we're typically going to be choppy or ranging. I really wanted to be careful when I was doing the analysis, and I did say that sells were likely going to happen, also because they were really talking about putting a pause on interest rates, and that was the result. They did pause interest rates. It's not good or bad. I said sell entries would be below 239 and 224, and bullish entries would be 273 or 290. And price started moving before New York open. When I notice that price starts moving before New York open, I'm even more hesitant because I already expect that right at 9:30 we're going to experience some manipulation before we continue the trend. FOMC day, that's when everybody had their trade of 8 glitch and a lot of people couldn't take any trades, but to be honest, that was protection. It was ugly price action. It was ranging. Now, we were tapping 290 and 273 really nicely. So when we're ranging, you can use the levels as areas to enter. When we're ranging, the levels are really nice to get those sniper entries, even though I said to take buys here. Once we've already retested and rejected twice, that lets you know that we're going to be ranging. So if we come back here into this level, you can take the sells. And it's part of my strategy. It's one of the model entries that I use. Doji candlestick at a level. When we've been ranging, this is where I want to be entering. So really, this would have been the best entry for the sells. But I know in the analysis, I said to take buys above here or below, or sells below here, just because obviously I'm not expecting that we're going to be ranging. None of the entry levels got hit. Maybe after 9:30, at 9:35 we started selling, but to be honest, you would have hit break even. And even once you see price forms this other kind of doji and starts reversing, you don't want to be holding the trade. You could have even taken buys from 224, 239, but really the whole morning was really ugly, super choppy. But like I said, you can still make money when we're ranging. You just have to know to use the levels as those entries, and you can't be holding for so long. The sell entries ended up working out later after 10 o'clock. You can see here that at 10:10, that's when we finally started selling. And if you had entered sells here, you would have been in a little bit of drawdown, but your stop loss wouldn't have been hit. So 239 was and 224 were great sell entries. You just had to wait for those entries. It wasn't going to be right away. It did over 100 points. Even for 224, it did the same. When you know how to read price action, you can tell that when you know how to read price action, you can tell, okay, we're ranging. We are retesting this lower level. We finally broke structure and we broke below, and we're forming a lower high, and we're continuing that trend. So it's all you have to identify is just what kind of phase we're in, and then are we going to continue or are we going to start trending? Wednesday was kind of whack, but still 2 really good wins. Maybe a potential break even for the 239 trade. And I say break even because once a trade has gone in profit, then I will move my stops to break even most of the time. Thursday was the best trading day of the week. I said sell entry ideas were at levels 153 and 98. Level 98 would be the safest sell entry. Buy entry ideas would be 217 and 270. I have a video on my WAP talking about market phases and market cycles. This is so important. You need to understand this because this is how you're going to understand market structure. But you can clearly see here when we look left, this type of price action is accumulation. Now we're uptrending, right? Then we start distribution, and then we start downtrending. Distribution. When we're at the very top, we're not going to keep selling. We're not going to keep buying. That's why we started selling. And that's why we use the zones, because they help us identify what is going on with the trend. I could clearly see we were forming lower highs here, here. You guys get the point. These are all lower highs. Does not look like we're going to be bullish. I'm not going to be entering buys here because I'm really not confident taking buys in the middle of a range. Okay, because this zone and this zone, we would be ranging if we're just trading in between those areas. I had people ask me why I would take sells at level 98. Well, this is a support area. Once we break a support area, that means that we have strong selling pressure. Same thing with resistance. That means we have strong buying pressure. So we were not breaking above this zone and became resistance. What once was support became resistance. So that tells me that we're going to keep selling. And just in general, this is level 98. We had retested this area multiple times. We had been holding above. So if we break below it, that means we're going to continue going down, at least to the next zone, or at least to this other low. So 153, this actually was such a clean trade, sniper entry. And I actually took a small loss because I entered right after this candle, so right at 9:30. So this candle, ended up forming a doji, and I did hit stop loss because it went over 30 points. It went 35 points. So I hit stop loss. I could have held a little bit longer if I had my stop longer. And to be honest, if you're aiming for bigger trades, then yes, your stop needs to be bigger. But I'm only aiming for 60 points throughout the day, so I don't want my stops to be bigger, because then that doesn't make sense. 153 really was the cleanest trade. Now, this is an advanced entry if you start saying that, price is going the opposite way, but really it's the best entry you want to be taking, because like I said, even when you look left here, this is support, holding support, but then this became resistance. We didn't hold above 153. We closed below. This is a strong close below because you see these wicks. It's just manipulation. We continued selling. We retested and we continued. This truly is considered a break of structure in the way I trade. So we continued selling, really good candles, and then we finally broke below and we retested. So level 98 was the cleanest area you could have taken the sells if you didn't take them earlier. And yeah, that was how you could have caught the crazy dump. You could see here we had another break of structure. We continued in that direction. I had closed all of my entries at this area 005. I made back my loss. I made even more profit. And so that's where I closed, but really I could have held. Even that retest was super clean, and we continued selling. It was a very clean trade. A lot of people were trying to catch the reversal, but the reversal is not going to happen right away. You kind of have to be a little bit patient for it, especially if the market just wants to keep dumping. And for today's trade, you guys have to keep in mind that when the market dumps so much, the morning after is not going to be clean. I said sell entries if we were below 750 and 663, and buy entries above 879 and 969. Since I'm filming this right now for Friday, this is actually what I had marked today. I like to color code the zones. That way I really know what's going on, and I could just clearly tell that we were ranging in between these minor temporary zones. Anything above 879 I would be buying, and anything below 753. That's how I approach when we start ranging. I honestly should have said to take sells at level 879, but I just know that it could be riskier, and I don't want to go against the trend. We kept taking out the buyers and sellers, no clear direction, and I wouldn't have wanted to take this buy because this is not a strong candle closure. This is a strong candle closure. So that's where it gets really tricky when we start ranging. But again, we don't know we're in a range until we get caught in it, or unless we've been patient and we've been waiting. I only caught about 50 points of it. I didn't catch all of it. Once you see that we pull back, because this is a pullback, it's not a reversal. And it's not a reversal because we're not all the way down here. We're just pulling back. And if you can see here, we're just pulling back, but we're not breaking or holding below this area. You see here at around 1020, we finally sold here. We formed a doji right by the level, and then we continued sells. And you can, a lot of people, they remember the head and shoulders pattern, and this is kind of similar to it. You're gonna see a lot when we're ranging. You could catch sells like that. I am somebody that can catch sells pretty easily, more than buys. So I've practiced this a lot. I've practiced it a lot. So I've seen this play out a lot. And so that's why I said the sells really were best at level 879. And even afterwards, you could have still taken the buy, and this did another 50 points. But when we're ranging, you want to be careful, hoping and expecting that price is going to be trending in a certain direction. Clearly, we wanted to keep selling, and it makes sense because we dumped so much yesterday. 600 points is not normal in the market. Another one of my model entries, when we see these doji candlesticks, and this is a very common reversal pattern that you are going to find. Now this is on the 1 minute. We're clearly resisting this area. We are not holding above this zone, and this is why I also like having the zones, because sometimes the levels aren't enough. You need to have the zones to really understand the overall picture of market structure. We broke below. This is a true break of structure. We kind of pulled back, and then we continued in the direction. Later in the day, at around noon, that's when the sell entry 753 started happening. It hit 60 points immediately, so that's a win. Even then, when you start seeing this kind of price action, you don't want to hold your trade. That's when you just close it and re-enter once we retest that level. You enter here, you take profit. You start seeing a little bit of a reversal, you take profit, you close, and you re-enter. Sometimes you got to re-enter. Sometimes you're going to be taking more than one trade a day if the trade is worth it. And in this case, it was worth it because we really were selling. All you got to do is just understand, where are we going? That's all you have to understand. We retest this level, and bam, we continue. And then, we broke structure. We finally broke below 663, and then we continued. We tapped into the zone. We didn't keep selling, so then you close, because we're not going to keep selling right away. And in this case, this is a major zone. The gray zones are my major zones. When we tap into a major area, you want to close unless you see price breaks below. We had dojis here. We didn't break below. This trade did over 60 points, and it gave re-entry multiple times. 753 and 663 had multiple re-entries. You have to be able to understand this reversal pattern. Happens so much. This is not breaking above this high, so we're selling. Friday, we ended with 2 wins, 1 break even. The buy was a break even because it did 50 points. It did at least a 1-to-1, but the sells, those all hit TP. So another day of at least 2 wins. This was a very volatile week. There was a lot happening with Trump and news. These kind of days don't happen often, and this manipulation makes sense because of everything that's going on. Every single day, we caught at least a win. There were a few break-even entries only because right at 9:30 there was a lot of manipulation, but we were ending every single day with at least 1 to 2 wins. We had a really good month. I've seen so many people get funded, get payouts. This has been one of my best trading months. I'm just excited. I hope this trade recap helps. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I really appreciate your guys' support. I have 2 free guides on how to day trade, how to trade futures. I have a free strategy course. I have videos on my WAP about my strategy. My daily analysis is free. If you do want to support me, I do have affiliate links. I share the broker that I use. I love Take Profit because they have been the one firm that I've gotten the biggest payouts with, and they have daily payouts. That's pretty dope. Also TradeZella. All of those links give you the max amount discount. If there's specific content or a specific video that you want me to film, then just comment that below. I'll try and get to that. I really appreciate you guys, and I'll see you guys soon. Bye guys.